For me, because I have been in my sport for such a long time and I have been competing for a very long time, I have realized at some point that I need to be relaxed and I need to have fun in order to be successful. For me, the mountains are very important. I've been used to being surrounded by mountains and I really like it. I feel at home. To me, this is sport where I can fully be myself and I can have a lot of fun. My name is Stöhr. I'm 27 years old and I am a professional climber. Bouldering, as the word boulder already says, is a piece of rock, basically, and you try to climb on top. I train 5 times a week for about 3 hours per session. I don't go to the gym to pump iron or something. I've never done that and I don't like doing it. I prefer to go climbing, and since I am definitely a muscular type, I don't need to build up more muscle because I have them naturally. My friends are very important to me. If I had to train alone, then I think I would have stopped already. Basically, we will enter an artificial wall, a climbing gym with holes on it, and we will make up our own boulders and try to climb them. A climber from Russia, she always told me that she had to train alone, and for me it was inspiring that she was still going on, because I could never imagine training by myself or climbing by myself. I think that I could never be as successful without them. I am double world champion, double European champion, and I've won the overall World Cup in bouldering 4 times. It is a great feeling if you know that you've climbed your best in that competition and that, yeah, you're able to stand there and just enjoy it. Climbing is my passion and that's why I do it. I mean, it's great that I've won so many competitions, and I'm obviously not sure if I would have continued competing if I wouldn't have had the successes I had, but I'm sure that I would still climb because climbing is so important to me. Of course, it feels great if you can excel in your sport and if the training pays off. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling to be on the podium. My parents both climb and they are very passionate climbers. They just like it a lot. They took me and my sister climbing while we were younger, and when I was 8 years old I entered a kids climbing group and I started to climb regularly and to actually train. My parents were motivating me, but they weren't pushing me, and I think that's a big difference, and that's why I'm very thankful for it, because I never had the impression that they wanted me to become a good climber. They really, for them, everything was okay as long as I was happy. And it didn't mean, that I had to climb or something. They just, they wanted me to be happy, they supported me, but they never pushed me to anything. Everything somehow evolved, I went to my first competition and it was a kids comp, and I wasn't very good at it. But I like to be there. And so we went on to national competitions, and somehow I met the youth team, the Austrian youth team, and I went to international competitions and also really liked that, and I did good. And I thought, hey, okay, this could really be something for me. Yeah, I always liked climbing a lot. I never stopped, and somehow everything evolved, but at that time I didn't know that I could be able to make a living out of it. I keep all my climbing stuff in here. I need shoes. These ones are size 37. Usually for my normal sneakers, I have size 39 or 40. But climbing shoes, they always tend to be smaller to have a better feeling on the foothold. 37 is actually my training shoe. It's a bit bigger than my shoe which I use for competitions. The chalk is basically just white stuff which you put on your hands. It is there to dry the sweat. You tend to have a little bit sweat on your hand, and the chalk just dries it up, and you'll have better grip on the wall. That's all I need. If you climb in a gym, basically it is an artificial wall, man-made. You can make up your own boulders and try to figure out a way that you think is nice, that feels nice, that is cool, that is motivating, inspiring. If you climb outside, then the rock is already there, and you can use the holes which are on the rock, basically nature-made. Usually when I climb, my climbing partner is my boyfriend. Kilian has won the overall World Cup 5 times, and yeah, he's definitely one of the best, and he has dominated the sport for a long time. I think it would be hard to have a boyfriend who is not sharing the same passion, because Kilian and I, we can travel the world and we can live our passion together, and we can share some great moments. Climbing, the competitions are divided into 3 different disciplines. For one, it's speed climbing. Basically, you race up the wall against each other. The one who hits the buzzer first wins. Then there's lead climbing, where the athletes climb around 17-meter high wall with a rope, and the one who climbs highest wins. And then there's bouldering. That's the discipline where I am competing. The walls are about 45 meters high. There are mattresses underneath it, so if you fall, you're safe. And someone who's spotting you, that means that he or she has his hands or her hands up, and they try to spot you or to catch you in case you fall, and direct your body onto the mattress, so you're safe. You can do it alone, but then you'll have to be sure to hit the mat. And it's a lot more fun if you're not alone, so. Bouldering is very diverse and it's very creative. The movements are always different, and people solve problems in a different way. For me, I am a very dynamic person, or a dynamic climber, and I like to express myself while bouldering. Before you climb a rock, you look at it and you try to figure out a way how you are going to climb it. You think about where to put your hands, where to put your feet, and then you'll try to actually climb it. Usually you can always see the entire rock, and you can think about how you're going to climb it, in bouldering at least. So you'll think about it before you step onto the boulder. While climbing, the most difficult thing is always different, basically. Sometimes when you're trying a project for a long time, the difficulty can be that you have been trying for such a long time, and in your head somehow there's a barrier. And there's one way how you will get to the top. And some movements are easier than others, and the crux part is the hardest part. Can always differ. And also it can differ from person to person, because for me, for example, I'm a little shorter than others. So I can have a hard time at movement where others don't have a hard time because they can just reach it easily. I have been climbing all over the world, in Japan, in South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, the United States, Canada, Switzerland, Austria, Great Britain, Spain, France, so basically in a lot of different countries all around the world. For me, the best part about bouldering is that you can be outside with your friends. or also that you can be at the competition and you can try and give your best on a specific day. If you climb outside, then the rock is already there and you can use the holds which are on the rock, and you try to find the best solution for yourself to get on top. Usually when I climb, I don't think about anything. The movement somehow happens and my body does whatever it does. But especially in a competition, at first I look at the problem, at the so-called boulder. I try to figure out how I will be able to solve it and how I'll be able to top it out. And I don't hear the public. And once I arrive on top, I can suddenly hear them, and well, in the best case, I reach the top and they are cheering loudly, and yeah, that's a great feeling. If you are a competition climber, I guess you have to be competitive, and it doesn't always have to be negative. I try not to be competitive towards other people, but more towards myself. The thing is that I think that it's hard if you see the other climbers as concurrents or as people who you have to beat, then it's a lot harder to have a good time than as if you focus on yourself. I find it very important that I focus on myself in order to be able to win a competition. If I think about the others, it stresses me out, and it's more important to focus on my strengths and on my weaknesses and just try to climb my best. I have not been to all the climbing destinations on the world. There are so many rocks in this world that I still want to climb. I think that is a lifetime goal, maybe.